Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Sarreen and I am here with another yoga hairstyle. This is episode number 2. Today I will show you how to do a high bun with an added French braid going up into the high bun. It is a nice go-to when you just washed your hair. You want to do something quick. You don't want to do too much. You want to have a little bit more than a high bun with like a little bit of a touch. Very chic, very simple. So this is the finishing look. And I will show you from beginning to end how I got my hair like this with my natural 4-type 4C hair. Absolutely no heat, no hair extensions this time, just me and some water and a few hair products. And we will get started right now. So let me go ahead and take this all the way down and we will start from scratch. All right, so this is me coming fresh out of the shower with my hair. I didn't wash it, however, it is damp, it's wet. I just kind of let my hair run through the water while I wash my body. So I just want to show you how my hair is. It is 4-type hair. It's kind of heat damaged in the front. I'm still growing in my edges from my postpartum hair loss, so this is just what my hair looks like right now. So the very first thing that we're going to do is get all of my hair up and get it nice and moisturized and ready to be braided up. So I just take one of my silk scrunchies, just get all of the hair up. And start into sections and literally just taking the time to get each section nice and moisturized. So I just start with not even that small. I can take it a little bit bigger. And I take the Cantu coconut curling cream, the Cream of Nature leave-in conditioner, and coconut oil. And with those 3 ingredients, just get it nice and moisturized. So now I use both a wide tooth comb and a wig brush to evenly distribute the product and also to just detangle my hair. So ladies, just be careful if your hair is like super tangled. Use the wide tooth comb first and then go in with the brush. And then when I'm done with the section, I just braid it up. Let the product sit in there just for a little bit. Boom. And then move on. So I still have some leftover product in my hair from the last hairstyle that I did. So it's actually a little bit easier for me right now for this step that I'm doing. So I don't have to put as much right now, but usually it takes a lot, like a generous amount of each product. So it's really crucial to not skip this step. I used to just kind of slap some moisture in my hair and try to get away with doing this hairstyle, and it just doesn't come out as good just because my hair is so thick, and sometimes if you skip this step, you'll get like this big, bulgy like shape in the back of your head, and it makes your head look twice as big than what it really is. So just go ahead and get this step done. It helps with your hair anyway to keep it nice and hydrated. doing this step and adding all of the moisture and all the juices and berries to your hair, it will help with the polished look at the end. So you don't want a dry looking bun in the end, so just put in the work now. I mean, you guys probably already know this. It's just that I used to like literally not take the time to do this. So, and as you can see, my hair appears to be longer towards the top. Well, it is, but the reason for that is because it's more heat damaged at the top because I straighten it a lot more at the top when I'm styling my hair. And also because the way that my hair is trimmed is kind of trimmed like all around, so the back is just shorter. And I'm making sure that I'm getting the ends nice and moist as well, just because the bun part, I don't want it to be super like dry looking, if that makes sense. I still want it poofy. The poofiness is okay. I just want it to look super nourished and healthy. By the way, you will enjoy this cream of nature spray. It smells so good. Lord, let me get these edges. See how my hair is so heat damaged at the top? It does not curl. I love doing my little bangs and stuff at the top when I'm straightening my hair. I really want to be one of those girls who just rocks my beautiful curls and natural hair, and I just never got to do that. So comment below if you have any words of encouragement or any tips, pointers, all that good stuff on just rocking your natural hair, like a wash and go, like things like that. That's not me. But I would like it to be like one day, maybe. So now I'm just taking all these braids back down. I officially have my whole head nice and moisturized. So if you want, you can leave these braids in, and that can be like the first half of you getting your bun done. You can go take a break, grab a snack, you know, take a little break session if you need to. Otherwise, go ahead. If you're in a hurry, you want to get the hairstyle done right away, go ahead and take the braids right back out, because you do still want to style your hair while it's still wet, while it's still damp. All right, so here we go. Hair is wet and damp, and I'm ready to style it into my high braided bun. I start by taking the top part, the part that I'm not braiding, and I'm actually gonna kind of set the bar, like set the bun where I want to have it, where I want to have the bun first is what I'm going to set up. So with the top part of my hair, kind of like, I want to say where your ears begin, take your thumb, separate the rest of the hair, and create your top bun. I'm probably gonna add I'm adding a little bit more to the bun. The rest of the hair is literally going to be braided into this. So wherever you want that bun, I like mine really, really high. So that's where I'm gonna place it, as high as I can, like right here. And then take a hairband like this, not the silk one that I showed you. You want to take one like this, just because this one's going to be hidden. You're not going to see this one. And then just wherever you want that bun to be, you kind of set the blueprint right here. Boom. So don't worry about gelling it up or anything like that just yet. And that's that. And now for this part, the back. This part is all going to be French braided up. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of brush my hair in the direction of how I'm going to braid it. Just like if you've seen my faux long French braid hair tutorial, did the same thing, brushed my hair in the direction of how I'm going to braid it, okay? So I'm kind of just brushing it like to the side and slightly kind of up at the same time, because that's how I'm going to braid it, is up. So now you can take your gel, your styling gel. Again, this is the Cantu Maximum Hold Gel. You know, the gel that I usually use is the Hold Me Down gel. I forgot the name of it, the brand of it, but I will link that below as well, the one that I usually use. But since I ran out of that one, this is the one that I'm using. It doesn't work as well as the one that I usually use, but it gets the job done. So I just take a little bit of that. I mean, I'm gonna use a lot of this towards the end, but just because this is all gonna get braided in, go ahead and set the tone and place it out on your sides right away. You can even run your fingers through it like this. Boom. Okay, so then you're gonna literally take your hair and start braiding it up, all the way up into the bun. Now, if your hair is like long and straight, or even if I have straightened my hair and do this hairstyle, I normally will put my head upside down and just braid it downwards in that direction. But since my hair is super like poofy and like short, I don't need to do that. So I will show you how it's done. And if you don't know how to French braid, especially up, I mean, it's different than a cornrow. Not only that, but you're braiding it up, which is like something that you're probably not used to doing. So I'll do my best to show you how I do it. So I just take a little piece of the bottom like this and start it off. See, I guess I do kind of still put my head upside down, never mind. Okay, so I split the bottom into 3 sections and just braid up. Take another section, braid it up. Now towards the bottom, I'm not really that worried about doing it like too tight, but once I get towards the middle, I want to make sure it's nice and tight so my head doesn't look super big because of the volume of my hair. And I'm also not using very small sections. I'm taking big chunks kind of, because the smaller of the sections you do, the shape of the braid will look different, if that makes any sense. So don't grab super small pieces of hair. You want to kind of make them chunky, but at the same time make sure you grip that piece of chunky hair so that it's not super bulky. So while I'm braiding, I'm also pulling it up at the same time as well to make it nice and tight. And you can get lost in the braid sometimes. I'm just trying to figure out what this piece of hair is right here. Especially if your hair is like longer than this, like, wow. Kudos to you ladies. Okay, so I'm gonna braid it all the way till the end for now. This is the braid, how it looks right now. Now I take the second hairband, whichever one you want to use. This is the one that will be seen, maybe. I'm just gonna take another one like this and add it to the top bun, basically. So I like to pull this one as much as I can to get any excess bulkiness out of the back. You don't want any like big lumps, so I pull it as much as I can, tug it into this high bun. And before I do that, I take that braid out of what's left over out of the bun, and then I do my final bun. And I like to make my bun like nice and big, like so. All right, I don't know about this bun, but for now you guys get the point. Okay, so after that, we have to clean this up and polish it and style it a little bit more, but this is how the braid looks. And so now the final stage would be to polish this. I use these 3 things to clean this bun up. Y'all, I'm gonna just let y'all know, I usually have a little kitchen in the back. I mean, I'm not so good at cleaning up the back. I guess I could throw some gel back there, but I usually just don't. I mean, and I am still trying to get better at my edges. Like, this skill is just not where I need it to be. But we shall get there, one day at a time. There, so this is what I have. And now I'm going to, all right, y'all, so my edges are poofing up before I even have time to put the freaking scarf on. All right, this is the finishing product before I put the scarf on. I have to hurry up. So applying the scarf, I start by just putting it, covering the back first, and then cross over. Make sure I get all of my edges and then wrap it around the back. I don't do it too tight right here because I hate that look where it's just tight right here and then just makes this weird shape. So I kind of tie it like back here in the middle, and I don't do it too tight at all. Like, you want it just enough tightness to handle the edges, but not too tight where it just, you can see where the scarf was. Once you take it off, you don't want that. So there, just keep this on for at least like 10 minutes. Again, it'll be faster if you like apply like a blow dryer on it and things like that, but I don't do that unless I am in a complete hurry. Otherwise, I just let it dry on its own. Give me about 10 minutes and we should be here with the final product. All right, y'all, it's been like 5 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off the scarf and see what it looks like. Okay. So it looks good. It looks good, but I could have kept on the scarf longer, but you guys get the point. And also, it still created that little dent in the back like I was talking about. So Usually what I do when that happens is I kind of tug at it to create the shape that I want it to create for like the shape of my head to look. But overall, this is the finishing product. So yes, how did you guys like this tutorial? Let me know. Let me know if this tutorial worked out for you. How did your hair turn out? I'd love to see it. Let me know. And I will be back for more yoga hairstyles, more yoga content, motherhood, and all that good stuff. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and follow me. And I will see you guys very soon. Namaste.